We are the Gujarat Technological University. Since its inception over a decade ago, GTU has been empowering young and curating minds to realize their true potential. Over 4 lakh inspired students are enrolled with one of the premier academic universities in India. With more than 450 affiliated colleges in its fold operating across 5 zones of the state, GTU, the International Innovative University, your place to move forward.
Hello friends, my name is Ketna Tande from Vallabhpuri Polytechnic. Vallabhpuri Polytechnic is an institute which is located at Aero NTE campus about 4 kilometers from Navsari railway station at a very peaceful and education friendly environment. VPP Navsari is an institute which is always working in the betterment of students by providing them an education-friendly environment and a support from management and faculty members to enhance the technical knowledge of the student. This institute has given many GTU toppers till now and will continue this in upcoming times. In this time of pandemic COVID-19, as a part of online learning, today I will teach you about Java Servlet. Today I will consider the introduction of Java Servlet. Now, first we will see what is Java Servlet. Java Servlet is a program that runs on a web server and works as a middle layer between client, that is web browser, and HTTP server. In short, Servlet is a server-side applet that runs inside JVM on the web server. Now, what is applet? That is, we already know. Applet is a client-side Java program that runs on a Java-compatible browser. Now, we will see the basic difference between applet and servlet. As we know, applet is a client-side Java program, while servlet is a server-side Java program. In applet, we can use user interface class, while Java don't have a user interface class. To do the program of applet, we have to import java.applet.star and java.awt.star package in our program. While to do program of servlet, we have to import javax.servlet.star and javax.servlet.http package in our program. As we already studied that in the life cycle of applet, there is 5 methods, that is init, start, stop, paint and destroy method. While in the life cycle of servlet, there is only 3 methods, and that is init, service method and destroy method. And the network bandwidth used by applet is more than the servlet, as applet program is run on the client side, while servlet program is run on the server side, so it uses less bandwidth. Applet is more risky to be hacked by the hackers, while the servlet comes with the server security, so it is less risky than the applet. Now, this is a life cycle of servlet. Here in JVM, there is a servlet container and which is connected with the web server where your all servlet pages are stored. Now, when this client requests for the servlet to the web server through the URL, the first method, that is init method, is initialized, and init method is initialized only once. During the whole life cycle of servlet, init method is initialized only once at a time. Now, next, when servlet found the page and to answer the request of the servlet, the service method is invoked. The service method is the main method to perform the actual task. The servlet container web server calls the service method to handle requests coming from the client browser and to write the formatted response back to the client. The service method checks the HTTP request type, that is GET or POST, and write the appropriate reply. And last, the destroy method. The destroy method is also called only once in the life cycle of servlet. After the destroy method is called, the servlet object is marked for garbage collection. Now, during the servlet life cycle, first the HTTP requests coming to the server are delegated to the server container. Then the server container loads the servlet before invoking the service method. Then the servlet container handles the multiple requests by swapping multiple threads. Each thread executes the service method. So we can say that in life cycle of servlet method, init and destroy method called only once, while the service method called for each and every thread. Now we will discuss how servlet works. It is a simple procedure. In this, first, client requests for servlet by clicking a link on their browser with unique resource locator, that is URL. After that, the container, that is on the server side. Server side container has deployment descriptor, that is our web.xml file. In our next lecture, I will teach you about web.xml file. Now, this container using web.xml or deployment descriptor creates two objects, that is HTTP servlet request and HTTP servlet response. Now, mostly servlet is created using three ways, that is using generic servlets or implementing servlet interface or implementing HTTP servlet class. But mostly we use extend HTTP servlet class method. And in this, the deployment descriptor creates two objects for HTTP servlet, that is HTTP servlet request and HTTP servlet response. Now, in third stage, the container creates the thread for the request and calls servlet service method and passes the request response object as an argument. Now here, the container creates thread for the request. Now, the service method decide which servlet method, either do get or do post, to call based on HTTP request method. If we use get method, then it will call do get method. If we use post method, then it will call do post method. By default, it will take do get method. Then the servlet uses response object to write the response back to the client as they wanted. After service method is completed, means the response sent to the client, the thread dies and the request and response object are ready for the garbage collected. Means once your response is sent to the client and the destroy method is invoked, the request and response objects are automatically garbage collected. So friends, This is the life cycle or the basics of servlet. Now in our next lecture, I will see you how to create simple servlet using JSDK and Apache Tomcat server. Thank you.